Hello everyone. In this video we are going to learn how to draw orthographic projection by first angle projection method. To understand this orthographic concept, I have selected one problem. Now you can see over the screen we are going to draw the orthographic projection for this given three-dimensional component. So this will be the direction for the observer, and while looking from this direction we are going to complete front view projection. In this case we need to draw front view projection, left hand side view projection and top view projection. So if you just look out the dimensions for this given component, this will be the length 120 mm, this will be the width value 50 mm, and we need to calculate height of this given component. So from this base corner point we have this line for the 16 mm height and this outer semicircle for the radius equals to 30. Now we need to assume the distance from this corner point till this center point, because in this diagram they have not given this distance. Now we are going to assume this distance as 30 mm. So the total height will be 16 plus 30 plus 30. So 60 plus 16, so 76. So we are going to take 76 mm height for this given component. I will repeat once again. In this case we are going to take length is equals to 120, width is equals to 50 and height is equals to 76. Based on these three dimensions we are going to complete orthographic projection by first angle projection method. Now to understand this concept, which view we are going to observe for the front view, top and side view, I have shaded these regions by different colors. Now you can see while looking from this direction the front view surface is shown by this blue color hatch lines. So this will be the front view surface that the observer is going to be observed while looking from this direction. Now while looking from the side view, he is going to observe this rectangle shaded by this orange section lines. Again, this much portion he is going to observe for the side view. And while looking from the top end, he is going to observe this right side rectangle shown by this pencil section lines. Again, this much portion to the other end and this curved surface. So these are the projections he is going to observe while looking from this direction. So this will be the front view projection, this will be the side view projection, the base rectangle as well as this curved surface till this upper corner surface. Again for the top view he will observe this rectangle along with this curved surface. Now once we done with this analysis we are going to start for the actual construction. Now basically to start with this orthographic concept we need to draw different lines for the projection, for the axis representation as well as the object lines. So to identify the different lines that we are going to draw to complete this projection, I have created different layers for the different lines. So this will be the object line. So whatever the object line we are going to draw, we are going to complete by this layer. For the axis I have selected this red color layer, and for the dimensions I have selected this pink color, and for the projection I have selected this cyan color. Now how we are going to add this? Just type layer over the keyboard, press enter button. Another window will get pop up over the screen like this. Now to add another layer here you have to click once to add a new layer, and we can easily add a new layer by typing name over there, and you can select the different kind of colors by just clicking over here. So already we have gone through this exercise. Okay, so let me delete this and close this window. Now to start with this, first of all we have to understand which projection we are going to complete on which side. So this will be the front view direction, this will be the left hand side view projection, and this will be the top view. So in this case, as per the first angle projection method, we are going to draw the left hand side view projection to the right side of front view. Now let's start with this. So initially I will just draw axis by selecting this axis layer. Here you have to make sure that we are working in a continuous line. Select a line command. Now we have drawn a rectangle for the A3 size, to which we have dimensions 420 by 297. Just draw one vertical axis like this. Now let me on this ortho mode command so that I can have exactly vertical line over there. So just click over there. So this will be the vertical axis. Again press enter button to activate our previous command. Again draw one horizontal axis. So by this way we can have a partition for this A3 sheet where we can complete front view, top and side view projection. So as per the given direction, this rectangle we are going to use to have front view. This rectangle we are going to use to draw top view projection, and this side will be for left hand side view projection over here. Now let me draw some projection lines so that we can have a proper starting point for the front view, top and side view. Now once we select this projection layer, go with this offset command. Here you have to enter 10 mm value as offset distance. Press enter button. Select a line to which we want to draw a offset on either side. Again just select this horizontal axis as well, and on either side you have to click so that we can have 10 mm offset lines over there. Now select this drawn lines and just go with this cyan color over here and press escape button. So this middle red line is nothing but the axis for the vertical plane. This will be the axis for the horizontal plane, and these planes we have taken for our reference so that we can start for the front view with respect to this corner. Now before going to start this, first of all you have to understand the given dimensions. So for the front view we are going to take this much length and 16 mm height so that we can draw a base rectangle to which we have dimensions 120 by 16, and above that we are going to draw this vertical line for the height is equals to 30 mm, and from that end point we are going to draw one semicircle to which we have radius 30 mm, and at the center we are going to complete one circle having diameter is equals to 24. Now let's start with this. Now instead of going for the line command, I am going to select a rectangle command over here. Select this as a starting point, and here we have to draw a line for the length is equals to 120. As we are going to draw to the negative side, press minus sign over there, enter length is equals to 120, press tab button, and we need to draw a rectangle for the height is equals to 16. Just press 16 value over there and hit enter button. Now select this line and just go with this object color, okay, so that we can have that rectangle by this object line. Again you have to make sure that we are working in this object layer. Now once we done with that rectangle, we have to explode this drawn rectangle so that we can have different lines and press enter button. Now we need to draw a center line so that we can easily identify the center point to draw this inner circle over there. Now to have that, let me go with this axis layer, okay, and in line type you have to select this center line. Okay, so already I have added this line type. So if you have not added it, just go with this other option. Here you will find one load option. Just go with this window and there you will find center line like this. Okay, so just select that and you can add that by clicking over this OK button. I have added in that line type, that's why I have that message over the screen. So just reload the line type center. Again we need a hidden lines to complete this orthographic projection. So again go with this load option, select this dash ISO, click OK, line type once again, and click OK button. Now once we select this layer for the axis representation, go with this center line, go with the line toolbar, and with respect to this midpoint you can draw a center line like this. Okay, so that we are going to refer to complete this inner circle later on. Now if we just look out this given figure, this distance they have given 30 mm. So for our reference we can draw one line for the length is equals to 30 with respect to this corner point. Okay, so just enter distance 30 over there and press enter button. Again press escape button to come out of this selected line. Now this point, end point, we can use to have a rectangle over here, to which we are going to select this as a length value and this as a height. So in that case we are going to assume height is equals to 30 and length is nothing but the outer diameter of this circle. So they have given radius 30, so by default it will be 60 mm in length. So we need to draw a rectangle. So just go with this object layer, again select this rectangle. Now as we have drawn a reference line for the length is equals to 30, from that end point you have to draw one rectangle. Okay, now you have to observe carefully, they have given minus sign over there, so just go with the minus 60 dimension, press tab button, and height is equals to 30 mm. So by this way we can have that rectangle over there. Now you can see we have that rectangle by means of center line. Okay, because we have selected a center line over here. So just select it once and change it to the continuous line. Now you can see we have converted that center line rectangle into the continuous line. Okay, again go with this explode option and explode this drawn rectangle so that we can use segmented lines for our further modification. Press enter. Now above that rectangle we need to complete this semicircle having radius equals to 30. Okay, and this inner circle having diameter is equals to 24. Now just go with this center and radius command, select this as a center point, there you have to enter radius is equals to 30, press enter button. Okay, now again make sure that we are working in this continuous line type, press escape button. Again go with this center and diameter, select this center point and there you have to enter diameter is equals to 20. So by this way we have completed this inner circle and outer semicircle. Now this extra portion we need to trim out. So just go with this trim command, press enter button and just trim out the extra part that we are not interested in. So just go on selecting these lines. Okay, again this line we need to trim out over here like this and press escape button. Now this remaining line you have to select separately and press delete button. Again select this line as well and press delete button. Okay, so by this way we have completed the front view projection that is going to be observed while looking from this direction. Okay, now the same projection we need to carry in a top view. So we have completed this blue shaded portion, okay, in a front view. Now we are going to complete the top view projection. Okay, so in that top view we are going to complete this rectangle as well as the projection for this curve surface. So total 3 rectangles we will observe in a top view, and at the top end we are going to complete that smaller oil hole. So just go with this object layer. Okay, again we can draw a rectangle in a top view. Already we have drawn one rectangle for the front view. So the same length we are going to carry in a top view as well, but in this case the width will be 50 mm. So we are going to complete one rectangle for the length is equals to 120 from this corner point. Okay, so enter length minus 120 and press tab button and minus 50 mm. So by this way we can have that rectangle in a top view projection. Now to have this rectangle in a top view, we need to transfer this corner point by drawing a projection line in a downward direction. Again the same corner point we need to transfer in a downward direction. Now before that let me delete this reference line that we have taken initially to draw this rectangle over there. Okay. Now just change this projection layer You have to make sure that we're working in this continuous line type. Go with the line command, select this endpoint, move your cursor in a downward direction. You will observe one dotted line is going to be generated over there. The same line we are going to carry in a top view. So this will be the projection in a top view. Again press enter button. Again press enter button to activate this previous command. Again move, select this endpoint at this other end and press enter button. So by this way we have drawn the projection lines over there. Okay. Similarly, we need to transfer these endpoints for this inner circle. Again, go with this line command. Select this quadrant point. From that, we need to draw projection lines in a downward direction like this. Again, press escape button. Select this endpoint. Again, complete this projection in a top view. So by this way, we have transferred all the projections in a top view projection, and later on we are going to highlight all the visible portions one by one. So change this layer to the object, select this line command. Now you can see this line is completely visible while looking from the top end. So we are going to draw one rectangle for this surface. Let me show you over here. So this will be the surface that is visible to the observer while looking from the top end. And to that we are going to complete one rectangle in a top view like this. So this will be the rectangle visible while looking from the top. Similarly, we need to draw a rectangle for this semicircle as well. We have that projection over here. So this will be the semicircle visible to the observer while looking from the top end. So that projection we have carried out in the top view over here. Just go with the line command and complete that projection by joining these 2 points like this. So by this way we have 3 rectangles. The first rectangle is for this surface. This middle rectangle is for this curved surface, and this third rectangle is for this surface over here. Now while looking from the top end, this inner circle is not visible. Okay, so to that we need to draw dotted lines. So already we have added the line type over here. Okay, so just select that dash line type. You have to make sure that we are working in an object layer. Go with this line command and just draw a dotted line for this throughout width is equals to 50. Press enter button. Again press enter button to activate previous line command. Again select these 2 endpoints. So by this way we have completed the hidden surfaces as well. Now the remaining thing is that we need to draw a center line over here. Okay, so to have that, just go with this axis layer, select this center line, again go with the line command, and the same line we are going to carry in a top. So just select these 2 points. So by this way we can have that center line over there. Now once we're done with this, we are going to project these 2 circles on either side. Okay, so to that they have given distances with respect to this corner point 15 mm, and this distance over the width axis will be 25 mm, and the whole diameter is of 12 mm. Now what is the meaning of these 2 holes 5, 12? So if you just look out this diagram, only one circle is visible. Okay, so by this nomenclature we come to know that we have 2 circles having diameter is equals to 12 mm. So this will be on this side and another will be on this side. Okay, so just complete that circles. Now let me draw a center line once again so that we can easily use that center line to complete our projections over there. So this will be the center line in a top view which will bisect this width is equals to 50 mm. Okay, now we have to draw this line 15 mm. Okay, with respect to this corner point. Now to have that, just go with this line command, select this corner point. Over there you have to mention length is equals to 50. Press enter button. Again the same line we can complete over here for our reference. There again we are going to enter length is equals to 15 mm. So by this way we have drawn 2 lines for our reference at a distance of 15 mm from these 2 corner points. Okay. Select this axis layer once again, go with this center line, go with the line command, and now this end point we can use to have a center line over here like this. Okay, press escape button, again press enter button to activate previous command. Select this endpoint, move your cursor in downward direction and just draw a vertical line over there. Now you are unable to see this center line. Now to have that center line completely visible, just select that line, right click once, there you will find one property option, just click on it and you will find one option line type scale. So by default it is 1. So just change that value to the 0.25 and press enter button and just close this window. Now you can see, press escape button. Now you can see this center line is visible now. Okay, again similarly how to change this center line as well. Select that line, right click once, go with the property tab, there you have to enter line type scale is equals to 0.25, press enter button, again close this window. Now we are able to see this center line over there. Okay, so similarly you can change this center line as well. Let me change it to the 0.25, press enter button, close this tab. Now over the screen you can see that we have changed this space with respect to this dash and long line. Okay, now we can use this intersecting point to draw these two circles on either side, to which we have diameter is equals to 12 mm. Now let me change this layer first. Go with the object layer, change this line type to the continuous, go with the center and diameter, select this intersecting point. Let me zoom this first, and there you have to enter diameter 12 mm. Similarly on the other end you have to complete that circle over here, enter 12 mm diameter. Now let me delete this, go with this center and diameter, select it 12 mm like this. So by this way we have completed these two circles in a top view, but we have not shown these two circles as a hidden line in a front view projection. Now to have that, just go with this object layer, go with the dash line, select align command. Now you can directly use this corner points. Okay, so this will be the quadrant point we have in a top view. Just move your cursor in upward direction, and the same point we can refer over here. So from this point to this point we have that dotted line. Similarly use this quadrant point, move your cursor in upward direction so that we can have these 2 points over there like this. Okay, again you can move these quadrant points as well. Use this point. Again this quadrant point. So once we get these quadrant points in a top view, it will be very easy to have the end points in a front view projection. Now the remaining thing is that you have to show center line. Go with this center line type and axis layer, go with the line command, and the same center line we can use to represent over here like this. Again press enter button, use this end point, go with this, click once further. Okay, now for our reference we can change the property as we have done earlier. For the line type scale, just enter 0.25 over there and close this window. Similarly we can change the line type for this line as well. Mention 0.25 over there, press enter button and close this window and press escape button. So by this way we have completed the front view and top view projection for this given component. Now the only remaining thing is that we have to complete left hand side view, and that will be on right side of this front view projection. Now to have that, first of all we need to draw a 45-degree inclined line in a fourth quadrant over here. Okay, so that we can transfer all the projections in a vertical manner. Now let me go with the projection layer, go with the continuous line type, select a line command, make sure that we are turning off this auto mode command so that we can draw an inclined line. Now select appropriate length, press tab button, and there you have to enter 45 degree. So we can have that 45 degree inclined line over there. Okay, now to make that line completely visible, let me turn this to the red color like this. Now we can transfer all these projections over this 45 degree, and from that we can lift all those projections in a side. Make sure that we are working in this projection layer. Go with the line command, select this endpoint, make ortho mode on, press enter button. Again from this intersecting point, draw a vertical projection line like this. Similarly, you have to transfer this endpoint like this. So this will be the rectangle for the side view projection. Now, if we just observe this given component, we need to complete one base rectangle over here in a side view. So that we will have by transferring this height in a side view. So just draw a projection line for that height like this. Now just change this layer to the object. Go with the line command. Select this as a starting point, and we can easily complete that rectangle like this. Just right click and close. So we have completed this rectangle for this region over there. Now if you just look out this shaded diagram for better understanding, we have completed this region shown by this orange color. The remaining thing is that the observer is going to observe this curved surface as well while looking from this direction, and he will observe this much portion while looking from the side view. And to that again we are going to represent one rectangle. Already we have that remaining height over here from this base corner to this topmost point. So just go with the rectangle, or you can go with the line command. Now for easy completion I am going to select this rectangle option over there and just select this endpoint. So by this way we have that rectangle over there. Now these two circles present over this horizontal surface as well as this vertical surface are not visible to the observer while looking from this side. So to that we need to draw projection lines over here. So let me draw projection line first. Change this layer to the projection. Go with the line command. Select this quadrant point and draw a projection lines like this. Again select this quadrant point, draw a projection line like this. So these are the projection lines over which we are going to draw dotted lines. Again change this layer to the object, line type to the dash, go with the line command, just draw the dotted lines over here. Again from this point to this point. Now the remaining thing is that we have to draw center line over here. So just go with this axis, go with the center line type, select a line command, draw a center line from this point to this point. Similarly, we can draw a center line over here as well from this point to this point. So by this way we have completed the projection for this inner circle. Now the remaining thing is that these two small circles are also not visible while looking from this direction. So transfer this center line for this 45 degree, and from that intersection move that center line in a vertical manner like this. Okay, again go with the projection layer, select this line type, and these quadrant points we are going to transfer over this 45 degree like this. Again this quadrant point, again we are going to move over this 45 degree line so that we can have intersecting point over there, and these two intersecting points we are going to move in upward direction so that we can have that projection over there. Again select this intersecting point as well and move in upward direction. So by this way we have completed projection for these two lines as well. Now just change the layer to the object to the continuous line type, go with the line, sorry you have to select dash line type over there, go with the line command and just draw a line from this point to this point. Again from this point to the upper point like this. Okay, so we have completed the projection for this given object. Now to have the better visualization for these dotted lines, you can change this distance by right clicking over there. Go with the property option. Here again you can enter 0.25, press enter button, just close it, so that we can have better visualization for the dotted lines. So you have to convert all these remaining lines for the line types and the space for the equals to 0.25. Okay, now the remaining thing is that you have to give the dimensions for this constructed front view, top and side view projection. Before that, let me trim out some extra lines that we have drawn over here for this 45-degree inclined line. Go with the trim command, press enter button, and just select the extra line that we have drawn beyond this 45-degree incline. Again, you can trim out these extra portions as well. Okay. Go with this continuous line. So by mistake, I have deleted this object line over there. So let me redraw it once again. Okay. Now this is all about this construction of front view, top and side view. The only remaining thing is that you have to give dimensions. So just go with the linear type, measure these distances. Before that, you have to change this layer to the dimension. You have to make sure that we have continuous line type. Go with the line, the linear dimension, select these dimensions and click OK. Again, we can measure this distance as well from this point to this point. So we can have that height is equals to 30 mm over there. Again, we need to measure this distance as well from this center point to this edge, and that we have 15 mm. Again, we need to measure this distance as well from this point to this point, and that we have to give over here. Okay, now once we're done with this, you have to give dimension for this outer radius, this one, okay, and this inner circle diameter, so that we can mention over here. Again, diameter for these two circles, that we can mention over here. Okay, so by this way we have completed the projection for the front view, top and side view. The remaining thing is that we have to give naming over here. Go with the single line text, click anywhere over the screen, type 2.5 as a text height, press enter button and 0-degree angle. One cursor is blinking over the screen. Now you can type front view projection over here by clicking over there, front view. Okay, this will be the top view projection, and this will be the left hand side view projection. And click outside of this selected box. So this is about giving the text. So if this text will differ from its position, select that text and just move with your reference. Before that, let me turn off this ortho mode command. Select it once again and move that front view projection underneath that constructed view, like this. So this will be the front view. Select this left hand side view, move underneath that constructed view, again this top view projection. So by this way we have completed all the construction. Now many times we need to plot these constructed views. You have to make sure that whatever the reference diagram you have taken, that you have to enclose in that A3 sheet, so that we can have the problem statement as well for that constructed view. Go with this plot option. There you have to select drawing to PDF. You have to make sure that we are working in paper size ISO A3. Area for the plot, go with the window. You have to check this pick to paper. You have to check this center the plot. You have to select this plot style acad.ctv. You have to turn on this plot stamp for the date and timing. Just click OK. Drawing orientation landscape. Now once we're done with this, you have to click over these properties. You have to go with the modify standard paper, and there you have to select this ISO A3 sheet that we have selected for the actual construction. Now you have to remember that this paper size and this modified standard paper size will be the same, A3 420 by 297. Once we're done with this, click over this modify, and you have to select all this top, bottom, left and right margin equals to 5. So you have to make sure these are equal in dimension. Click over the next, finish. You have to click over this OK button. After doing all these settings, you have to apply for the change. So just click over the apply to layout, and you can have a preview over here by clicking over this preview tab, and over the screen you are able to see the preview of this constructed orthographic projection. Now just close this preview tab, and you can save this drawn construction by clicking over this OK button. Another window will get pop up over the screen, and by selecting the proper location you can select the constructed model. Just click over this save option. So it will prepare one PDF for us that we can use for printout later. So this is all about this orthographic projection. Thank you so much.